They say a hotel is a place to relax, but for one little boy, stepping inside means uncovering a terrifying secret that could end humanity. Hidden beneath the floorboards, he's about to discover that the world's most elegant women are actually child-hunting monsters, so let's dive right in. Hiding beneath the floorboards of a lavish hotel hall, a young boy named Luke clutches his pet white mouse in complete silence, utterly unaware that in just a few moments, he is about to witness the most horrifying secret of his life. As the doors seal shut, a crowd of elegant women enters the room, but the second they are locked inside, their demeanor shifts drastically. One woman slides off her gloves to reveal hands with only 3 clawed fingers, another removes her shoes to expose feet with a single, massive toe, and one by one, they strip off their wigs, exposing hideous, bald, monstrous faces. The Grand High Witch steps onto the stage, opening her mouth to reveal rows of razor-sharp teeth, and Luke realizes these are not ordinary women, but ruthless, bloodthirsty witches. She announces her ultimate plan to eradicate every child on Earth, a declaration met with sinister laughter from the crowd, all driven by an absolute disgust for the scent of young kids. Reaching into her robes, the Grand High Witch pulls out a glowing blue vial containing Formula 85, explaining that a single drop in a child's food will transform them into a mouse within seconds, making them easy prey for the witches to exterminate. Paralyzed with fear, Luke stays frozen as he watches one witch pull live maggots from her scalp and eat them, sending a chill straight down his spine. Suddenly, the Grand High Witch sniffs the air, her nose elongating as she catches the scent of a child hidden nearby. The witches frantically search the room, and as the Grand High Witch begins ripping up the floorboards, Luke squeezes into an air duct just in time. She tracks his scent directly to the vent, but before she can catch him, an unsuspecting boy named Bruno wanders into the hall, causing the witches to instantly revert to their charming human disguises. Handing him a chocolate bar laced with the potion, the Grand High Witch watches as Bruno greedily devours it, only for smoke to pour from his ears as his body violently twitches and shrinks, leaving him as a helpless mouse trapped under the heavy heels of the witches. Panicking, Luke sprints deeper through the vents alongside his pet mouse, but the Grand High Witch spots him, yanks him out, and pours 3 drops of the blue potion into his ear. Luke's head fills with purple smoke, his body violently convulses, and within seconds, he shrinks down into a small brown mouse, joining the very fate he tried to escape. As the Grand High Witch grabs him by the tail, mocking his helplessness, Luke's pet mouse lunges forward and bites her hand, forcing her to drop a magical vial that shatters and temporarily injures her. Luke breaks free and rushes back into the vents with his pet, joining up with the transformed Bruno, but the Grand High Witch's wounded arm unnaturally stretches directly into the duct behind them. Desperate to survive, the 3 mice spot a massive spinning ventilation fan at the end of the tunnel, and with all their combined strength, they break a metal plate that sends the witch's reaching arm crashing straight into the spinning blades. Screaming in agony, the Grand High Witch retracts her mangled hand, giving the tiny trio just enough time to drop down into the bustling hotel kitchen, where a nightmare of cats, mouse traps, and busy cooks awaits them. A single wrong move meant instant death, so Luke quickly spotted another air duct across the gap and urged his companions toward their last remaining hope. Scrambling across the hot iron pipes, the trio safely reached the vent, where Luke revealed his true strategy. They had to reach his grandmother's room on the 4th floor because she understood the dark nature of witches and was the only one who would believe them. Spotting a hotel guest taking the elevator up, the 3 mice slipped into his luggage unnoticed, riding all the way up to the 4th floor before rushing to his grandmother's door. Since Luke's tiny paws could not make a loud enough knock, they formed a human pyramid with Bruno at the bottom, the white mouse in the middle, and Luke at the top to press the doorbell. The chime rang out just as a hotel maid spotted the rodents and charged at them with a broom, but Luke and his crew leaped inside the room the instant his grandmother opened the door, shutting the maid out. Clambering onto his grandmother's hand, Luke used squeaks and urgent gestures to explain how the witches were turning children into mice with a deadly potion. Grasping the horror of the situation, his grandmother declared she would not let another child suffer, realizing the Grand High Witch was staying in the suite directly beneath them. Devising a daring heist, she placed Luke inside a knitted sock, lowering him down from the balcony using a strand of yarn. Reaching the lower balcony, Luke darted into the room, leaping onto the sofa and over a cushion to reach the nightstand where the glowing blue potion sat. He dragged the heavy vial off the table, and though it crashed to the floor, it remained intact. Suddenly, the door swung open, forcing Luke to drag the bottle under the bed just as the witch with a single toe stepped inside. While she searched around distractedly, Luke dragged the bottle back to the sock, where his grandmother began hoisting him up. Mid-ascent, the witch spotted the swinging sock and snatched it, laughing at her luck until the grandmother called out from above, claiming it was her grandson's dirty old laundry. Repulsed by the mention of a child, the witch tossed the sock away in disgust, allowing the grandmother to pull Luke up safely with the stolen formula. Attempting to reverse the potion, his grandmother mixed silver dust and herbs, but a few drops of bitter oil accidentally fell in, turning the liquid pitch black and far more potent. Seeing her distress, Luke smiled, realizing that if they slipped this altered potion into the witch's food, the monsters would fall victim to their own wicked trick. With the plan set for the grand banquet the following morning, the grandmother briefed Luke, Bruno, and the white mouse before sending them into the hotel kitchen under the cover of night. While the chefs were distracted, Luke climbed onto the counter and poured the entire black liquid into the massive vat of soup meant for the witches, before the trio scrambled behind a tall cabinet to watch. Soon after, the hall filled with witches, and bowls of soup were served to every table, though the Grand High Witch was too busy talking to eat just yet. The moment the first witch took a spoonful, thick smoke poured from her mouth, sparking a chain reaction of horrified screams as one by one, their bodies shrank, transformed, and turned into hundreds of frantic mice. Panic erupted throughout the hall as hotel staff misread the chaos for a rodent infestation, throwing the doors open and unleashing dozens of cats to hunt the squirming crowd. Watching her entire coven get wiped out in seconds, the Grand High Witch trembled with rage, realizing a child was behind the catastrophe, standing as the last monster left untouched because she had not tasted the soup. Realizing she would be the Grand High Witch's next target, the grandmother rushed back to the witch's suite alongside Luke, desperate to destroy any remaining vials of the raw potion before it was too late. Swinging the door open, her heart dropped as she found the Grand High Witch already waiting inside, using her telekinetic powers to lift the grandmother high into the air. The witch's hands swelled into massive, terrifying talons, threatening to crush her in seconds, causing the terrified woman to scream out for Luke's help. Hearing her cries, Luke rallied Bruno and his pet white mouse, launching their final, most dangerous attack as all three rodents swarmed the witch's feet. Off balance, the Grand High Witch dropped her magical wand, giving Luke the split second he needed to splash her with his grandmother's concentrated black potion. A blood-curdling scream echoed through the entire hotel as black smoke engulfed the witch, her body violently contorting until she transformed into a hideous, oversized rat larger than a basketball. Snarling with rage, the monstrous rat charged at Luke, but his grandmother swiftly grabbed a heavy glass vase, slamming it upside down over the beast to trap the Grand High Witch once and for all. Breathing a sigh of relief, they popped open her luggage to destroy the remaining vials, only to discover an yellowed parchment hidden at the bottom containing the official antidote formula. Tears of joy welled in the grandmother's eyes as she realized they could reverse the transformation, making Luke's bravery the ultimate salvation for all the afflicted kids. On their way out with the suitcase, they freed the witch's elderly black cat from her cage, leaving the dark legacy behind forever. Back home, the grandmother carefully brewed the counter potion, filling a spray bottle and misting Luke, Bruno, and the white mouse, triggering a thick cloud of smoke that instantly restored them to their human forms, bringing a triumphant end to the witch's reign of terror. If you enjoyed this recap, hit that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe for more epic movie breakdowns.